I seem to have caught the plague. In other words, I'm sick! Unfortunately, it's true. I do seem to have fallen ill, so let me begin with my apologies for the substandard production value, and if I sound terrible and look horrible, it's because I have indeed fallen ill and I don't have my usual setup. In fact, this is actually my second attempt at recording this video, because the first one ended up being shot in bed where you saw the little pre-roll thing, and it was completely unsalvageable, so I have in fact already opened up the Nightworms package for March of 2023, which is what this video is about. Usually, I open up the Nightworms package here on camera, and y'all can see what I got at the same time as I find out. In this particular case, this is still the video, the monthly video, about the Nightworms package. For those of you who don't know, Nightworms is the monthly horror book subscription service. Every month they send me usually 2 horror novels along with some other goodies. I open them up here on camera and discuss what I've got. This is that video. Unfortunately, I've already opened up the package because I already filmed this video and it went all to hell, and I was trying to edit it and it didn't work, so now I'm sitting here in my study going through all the stuff again. So that's what we're about. If you're interested in subscribing to the Nightworms company, there will be a link down in the What's It. And in fact, if you're not a subscriber, but if you're interested in any of the books that I'm going to be discussing, there will also be purchase links also down in the What's It, where you can find wonderful books for yourself and also help to support me here on this channel. And considering the monetary value of the cough medicine that I've consumed over the last couple of days, I could use all the help I could get. So anyway, let's begin with the first book that came out of the package, and that was The Spite House, this hardcover by Johnny Compton. This was one of the books that I had put on my most anticipated horror novels for 2023. I had not yet read it then, and I still haven't read it, so I'm really pleased to have gotten this copy from Nightworms. For those of you who don't know, let me go ahead and read the description for you. The description on the flap says, Eric Ross is on the run from a mysterious past with his 2 daughters in tow when he comes across a strange ad for the Masson House in Degener, Texas. Eric thinks they may have finally caught a lucky break. The most haunted place in Texas needs a caretaker. All they need to do is stay in the house and keep a detailed record of everything that happens there, provided the house's horrors don't drive them all mad like the caretakers before them. The job calls to Eric, not just because there's a huge potential payout, but because he needs access to the secrets of the Spite House. If it is indeed haunted, maybe it will help him understand the uncanny power that clings to his family, driving them from town to town, too afraid to stop running. A terrifying gothic thriller about grief and death, and the depths of a father's love, Johnny Compton's The Spite House is a stunning debut by a horror master in the making. And indeed, it does sound like a delightful, gothic sort of haunted house novel. I'm always for a good gothic novel. I'm always for a good haunted house story. Very much looking forward to trying The Spite House. And the next book to come out of the package was this paperback, a book called Mothered by another author I've not read, whose name is Zoya Stage. And I did in fact have to look up the pronunciation of that, but since this is take 2 of recording this video, I can make myself seem smarter than I actually am. Anyway, this was one that I had seen sort of discussed around the interwebs, but I didn't really know a whole lot about it. So let's go ahead and read the description of this one and see what we're in for. It says, "Home is where the ghosts are." Indeed, that is true. Carrying on, it says, Grace isn't exactly thrilled when her newly widowed mother, Jackie, asks to move in with her. They've never had a great relationship, and Grace likes her space, especially now that she's stuck at home during a pandemic. So, another pandemic story. We seem to have gotten a lot of those lately. Then again, she needs help with the mortgage after losing her job. Understandable also. And maybe it'll be a chance for them to bond, or at least give each other a hand. But living with Mother isn't for everyone. Good intentions turn bad soon after Jackie moves in. Old wounds fester, new ones open. Grace starts having nightmares about her disabled twin sister who died when they were kids. And Jackie discovers that Grace secretly catfishes people online, a hobby Jackie thinks is unforgivable. And I think Jackie's right, that is kind of sort of unforgivable. Anyway, carrying on, it says, when Jackie makes an earth-shattering accusation against her, Grace sees it as an act of revenge, and it sends her spiraling into a sleep-deprived madness. As the walls close in, the ghosts of Grace's past collide with a new but familiar threat. Mom. So, I'm not sure if this is literally a ghost story or if the ghosts are all metaphorical. Either way, I'm all for it. I like literal ghosts and I like metaphorical ghosts. And I think this exploration of the mother-daughter relationship should be quite interesting. I should say the mother-daughter relationship is interesting from a psychological perspective, and it seems like this book has taken the opportunity to explore that in some productive and interesting and hopefully horrifying ways. So I'm also looking forward to trying Mothered. And then, of course, in addition to these two books, we also get the little packet of goodies. And the first item to come out of that is a bookmark. This is the Once Upon a Nightmare. That's the theme for Nightworms March 2023. So it says Once Upon a Nightmare. On the other side it has a little haunted house with some scissors. So I will be using this bookmark as I read these books, I'm sure. The next item to come out is a beverage. This is from Pioneer Joe Coffee Company. It says Pacific Northwest's trailblazing favorite, Nightworms Search Party Dark. So, a dark roast coffee sounds right up my alley. I do always like my caffeinated goodies in the Nightworms packages, and hopefully this is as dark a dark roast as it sounds like, because I tend to like my coffee as dark as my own soul. Anyway, it's a wonderful coffee, which I will drink while I read these books, at least one of them. Next up, as I recover from a coughing spell, which is why you just saw an edit in the video, there is the little slip that tells me everything that's supposed to be in the package. I've already double-checked, and everything, in fact, was in the package, so no problem there. The next item was this autographed book plate, and this one belongs to the Spite House. I couldn't read that at first, but I've already determined that it belongs to the Spite House. And the next item, I was particularly pleased, come here, was another autographed book plate. And this one, of course, as you would expect, belongs to Mothered. So, very frequently, there is one autographed book plate in the Nightworms package. Every once in a while, there are two, and since I collect autographed books, I'm always thrilled when I get an extra autographed book plate. But we still aren't done. The next item to come out was this little sticker that has a sort of zombified skull head who looks pretty much as I feel, reading a book that says Once Upon a Nightmare. So a nice little sticker. Those who collect stickers are always well served by the Nightworms packages. And in fact, there's another sticker. This one says, Death by TBR. TBR, of course, stands for To Be Read. And this has a picture of a Grim Reaper with his scythe standing amongst some skulls and books. And it's a sentiment with which I'm quite familiar, and I can relate. Because you're not seeing my entire library here. I've got books in this room, in my study, I've got books in the other room, in my bedroom, moving out into the hallway, taking over the house, I got books everywhere. I do read them, I read a lot of them, but I seem to buy them just a little bit faster than I can read them, so this Death by TBR is something I can certainly relate to. Anyway, that was brief, intentionally so, because I am sick, but that concludes our discussion of the Nightworms package for March of 2023. for the first time for y'all and the second time for me, and I hope to God this video ends up being salvageable because I really don't want to record this for a third time. Do please be sure to subscribe and ring the notification bell so you don't miss my next video when I am not quite so ill and I feel better and I'm not fuzzy due to all the cough medicine. Do also be sure to like this video, share it with a friend, leave me a comment. Do all those things that help boost my YouTube numbers. It'll really help cheer me up as I recover. Anyway, I'm off to go take some more cough medicine, so until next time, as always, take care and stay scared.